Bluetooth audio sucks, but it's not for the reason that you're expecting. For example, let's say you bought the Soundpeats H3 and you go to pair them with an iPhone. Wham! Your LDAC lossless headphones suddenly only have AAC and your Mac's getting 320 kilobits per second. Maybe you're on the Android side of things and you connect them to your Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, like I did. And you see, wait a second, these have LDAC, but it doesn't sound as good as I was expecting. So you go into developer settings and you see that these default to 330 kilobits per second for the most stable connection. Well, these are advertised with 990 kilobits per second and the ability to have lossless high-res audio. So you change it to 990 kilobits per second and you put your phone in your pocket and all of a sudden you get these weird connection issues. So, okay, you try aptX on your Samsung device and well, these have aptX HD, they have aptX lossless, they have aptX adaptive, but for some reason, you're only actually getting aptX. Why did you pay for all these features that all of a sudden you don't have access to? Hi, my name is Mitchell, and I like to make videos about mobile audio tech and just mobile audio stuff in general. If you're new to this channel, think about subscribing or becoming a channel member, and I'll have links to where you can pick up all the products in this show. And if you want to reach me directly, Telegram is the best place. So today I want to go ahead and explain the problem with Bluetooth audio, a solution for that, and then what some of the options are out there right now and what my favorite is. Currently on the market, we only have 3 large manufacturers that actually give you full access to the entire range of Bluetooth codecs currently on the market, with some exceptions, but I'll explain that in a moment. First, you have all of the Chinese brands. All of the brands under the Xiaomi umbrella, meaning Xiaomi, Redmi, Black Shark, etc. Those devices will have different flavors of aptX, like aptX HD, aptX lossless, aptX adaptive, etc. And if you have a device like my Xiaomi tablet, you can usually get access to those relatively easily. The other brand that you're going to have full access to those audio codecs is all of the companies under the Oppo umbrella. That means Oppo, Realme, IQ, well, OnePlus, but RIP to OnePlus. And that's about it on the BBK side. You also have Sony, but Sony isn't really a player in North America or in many Western markets. But Sony does give you full access to LDAC LHD3, which is the newest version or the newest lossless codec or newest low latency codec. You also have access to LHDC or LD8. I get this mixed up with all the alphabet soup sometimes, but I know Google will be bringing LHDC or low latency, high resolution audio to some Pixel devices, but we don't exactly know when that is, and it probably will be coming to a software update, and it will probably not come to older Pixel devices. In my experience, using devices that have LDAC, being the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, the Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus, the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE, all of those devices, when I turned LDAC up to the highest resolution possible, being the 990 kilobits per second, I'd get an extremely unstable connection. Going to 660 kilobits per second, that connection did get a little bit better, but oftentimes it wouldn't always be that stable, and I couldn't really put my phone down and walk away from it, and I definitely couldn't use it in different rooms of the house. If you're on Apple, it's even more limiting because Apple really only supports AAC audio, and they do have what they call their lossless or high-res audio over AAC, but that really just has to do with Apple's way that they kind of use that variable bitrate codec to kind of give you higher resolution audio because it's an interface between the Apple chips and the Apple devices, but I still wouldn't necessarily call it lossless. What this means is that if you get a device that has LDAC and you're on Android, it's going to default to the lowest setting and you're probably not going to have great reception. If you're on Apple, it's not even an option. And if you're using a Chinese device, you probably will have it and it probably will work, but then you have to be using a Chinese device. And as someone that used to review Xiaomi phones, that's just not for me. I understand if it's for you, but that's just kind of personal preference. Enter in the world of Bluetooth USB-C dongles. Now, the one I'm going to feature today is by Questyle. This is the QCC Dongle Pro. I've been using this dongle now for about a year with a variety of different Bluetooth headsets but you have other ones on the market, such as ones from FiO and Creative as well. The thing I specifically like about the questyle QCC Dongle Pro over these other options is the really nice and intuitive app that allows you to go ahead and pick the Bluetooth codec that you specifically want to use. It will kind of remember it on the dongle, and you can just take this dongle from device to device and just plug and play, and you're ready to go. I use this all the time with my MacBook Pro when I'm testing Bluetooth headphones on this channel and I want to get the maximum bitrate and the maximum quality possible from any and all Bluetooth items. I also use this dongle quite a bit with my Bluetooth IEM adapter. It is a neckband style adapter, and I do occasionally use this when I'm around the house and I'm testing IEMs and I really want to rock out and my daughter's asleep or I don't want to disturb my wife. But in general, this thing is awesome, really, because you're able to take it with you on a variety of different devices. The app is only compatible with iOS and Android, so you're going to want to set this up on your phone or tablet before you plug it into your computer. But the fact that you have all of these options with one single dongle really, in my opinion, is just kind of next to perfect if we're looking for solutions for mobile audio. Another thing worth mentioning when we talk about LDAC and different audio codecs is that they all have different ways of compressing audio, and they all kind of have different levels of energy efficiency. In general, as much as people love to talk about LDAC's lossless sound quality, the fact that it's 990 kilobits per second and 24-bit, normally when I'm using a device over Bluetooth, I care about the overall user experience more than I specifically care about the sound quality up to a certain level. That means usually when I'm using this questyle QCC Dongle Pro with something like the SoundPeats H3, I'm usually using one of the aptX codecs, either aptX lossless or aptX adaptive. It's worth noting that those higher resolutions of aptX are going to have some of the same stability problems as you would have with LDAC, which, by the way, it's worth noting when you're using LDAC 990 with this dongle and a pair of Bluetooth headphones, you really have to be line of sight. Even though I think that the overall reception that this thing gets you is really, really solid, it's still such a high bitrate that direct line of sight is almost always necessary, but it's definitely a step above trying to use it in developer settings on your Android device. Hopefully this video was helpful and kind of opened up a new world of mobile wireless audio for you guys, especially if you're looking to get the most out of your pair of wireless headphones or IEMs with a dongle. Definitely invest in something like the questyle QCC Dongle Pro. And while I don't have experience with every other Bluetooth dongle, the fact that this has a really nice and intuitive companion app just makes it, again, like I said, a perfect solution for me. Now, if you guys want to see videos about more IEMs, I'll leave a playlist of that up here. If you guys want to go ahead and get entered into win the Rose Elsa Ceramics Ultra that I have coming up in collaboration with Rose Elsa, make sure you're subscribed to this channel, or you guys can hit me up on Telegram, where I have a Telegram community of audiophiles, and I kind of picked Telegram over Discord because Telegram's a bit more of a mobile on-the-go platform, and this is Mitchell Mobile, where we do focus on mobile audio solutions. Take care.